next presenter, I guess you could say, if this were a basketball court, it would be game recognizes game. And that simply is a term for, as the kids say, someone of the same ilk who pays their respects to another of the same ilk. Ernie Mahaly, his virtues extolled by Dan as he is a member of the class of 2014, symbolizes everything there is about Northeast Ohio and his Hungarian heritage. Let me just read some of this stuff. He's a member of the Cleveland Hungarian Heritage Society, United Hungarian Societies, Hungarian Cultural Center of Northeast Ohio, Hungarian Charity Club, Cleveland Hungarian Development Panel, and the Hungarian Cultural Guards, which are beautiful, multi-tiered, and immaculately kept. So here to introduce our next inductee, Richard Fleischman, is Ernie Mahaly. Ernie, come to the stage.
Good evening, everyone. 5 years ago today, not today, but 5 years ago, I had the honor of Richard introducing me. He stood here and I sat exactly where he is sitting today. So I would like to introduce Richard Fleischman, who has been very, very active in the Hungarian community. I would like to take a step backward. When he was going to school at St. Elizabeth's Catholic School on Buckeye Road, the school building was very, very old, very dark, didn't have much light. The staircrets were warm. You could hardly walk up. I think that's when he decided that he wanted to be an architect. And he has many, many, many awards that he has received with the beautiful structures that he has. He's the architect of within the city, within the state, and elsewhere. But one stands out to me, where the Hungarian Cultural Gardens has an organ concert every year. That was in his backyard. He was the architect of a house that overlooks Lake Erie. As you walk into this house on the lower level, there's a very wide staircase going to the second floor. The wall is glass from floor to ceiling. When you get to the second floor, there's a very large concert organ with over 7,600 pipes around you. One wall is open, looking over Lake Erie. The other three walls are pipe organs. To me, with all his achievements, he combined architecture, music, and then let in Mother Nature through this large window overlooking Lake Erie. With that said, I would like to invite Richard into the Cleveland Hall of Fame.
kind of different human being. I don't talk about people, I talk about ideas. I live in a world of ideas. I make a distinction between pragmatic and spiritual life. I grew up on Buckeye Road. Circumstance brings me back again to be in that neighborhood. And I found out that I really loved in the 30s, the 40s. I was taught by nuns. I was in the 5th grade. And this nun taught me that openness is more than a word. Openness is more than a word. I have a family, 3 wonderful daughters. But I don't limit that to 3 daughters. I limit my family to all of you. Whether you like it or not, you're part of my family. Because you're very pragmatic, very creative, and when we use your creative juices, we can make things happen. I was there when he built the gardens on Martin Luther King. I was there watching, put the stone by stone, digging holes in the ground in the 30s. I'm what you call a vintage human being. But I brought back to Cleveland ideas. May I read something to you? This is a letter I wrote to the dean at Columbia my first week in Athens, Greece. It tells you what I believe in terms of ideas. When I visited San Carlo in Rome, Italy, the organist was practicing for some forthcoming celebration. As the music filled the Borromeo space, the sunlight played upon the Baroque detail. It's probably the most dramatic thing I've ever seen. Sunlight coming through the small windows and focusing on the detail, the movement of space. The plan is a composite of 5 ovals, all merging into each other, and I couldn't quite understand it all. At once, it is so small, yet there is so much. The dome covers the entire space, and no matter where I stood, I felt like I was taking part in the swaying rhythms of architecture and music. Isn't it great that we just don't do things visually, but we appreciate the space and the sound that reverberates the way we live? We create sound. Isn't it marvelous that we can take it and organize it as a piece of art? Not talk about it and get all kinds of awards. I want to say, let's do it. Let's make something happen. So I'm doing a book on the beauty of emptiness. Not the decoration, but the proportion of space. Many philosophers, Kant, Schopenhauer, all those people who talk about the beauty, the definition of beauty, have written about architecture, and we don't even listen. Why is it? Why do we have to wait to learn this in the classroom? Why isn't it part of our life? I'm a missionary. I recognize that. If I lose, I lose. But if I win, I think we have a city that's full of excitement, and there's a future. I hope all of you can understand what the future could be. The future is what we need, not analyzing what we did yesterday, but what we could do tomorrow. I thank you for listening to me.